I know. It sounds crazy, but what if it actually happened? Would it only affect Brazil? Or would the entire planet pay the price? Let's find out. The Amazon rainforest is often called the lungs of the earth. But here's something most people don't know. That statement is actually a bit misleading. Many people believe the Amazon produces 20% of the world's oxygen. In reality, while it does produce huge amounts of oxygen, most of it is consumed by the plants, animals, and microbes living inside the forest itself. So if oxygen isn't the biggest issue, why is the Amazon so important? The real answer is climate. Covering around 5.5 million square kilometers, the Amazon is the largest rainforest on Earth. It contains nearly 390 billion trees, and every single one of those trees works like a natural air conditioner. Trees release water vapor into the atmosphere through a process called transpiration. Every day, the Amazon pumps enormous amounts of moisture into the sky, creating what scientists call flying rivers. These invisible rivers don't just bring rain to the rainforest. They carry moisture across South America, providing rainfall to countries like Brazil, Peru, Bolivia, Paraguay, and even parts of Argentina. Now imagine, the rainforest disappears. The flying rivers disappear too. Rainfall begins to collapse. Massive droughts spread across the continent. Farmers lose their crops. Hydroelectric dams stop producing enough electricity. Food shortages begin, and global food prices start rising. But that's only the beginning. The Amazon is also one of Earth's largest carbon storage systems. Every year, it absorbs billions of tons of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. If the forest vanished, two disastrous things would happen at the same time. First, it would stop absorbing carbon dioxide. Second, the carbon stored inside billions of trees would eventually be released back into the atmosphere as they decay or burn. That's like removing one of Earth's biggest climate defenses and replacing it with a massive carbon bomb. Global temperatures would rise even faster. Heat waves would become more frequent. Wildfires would spread more easily. Glaciers would melt faster. Sea levels would continue rising. Extreme weather events would become increasingly common around the world. But climate isn't the only thing we'd lose. The Amazon is home to nearly 3 million species of plants, animals, insects, and fungi. Thousands of them exist nowhere else on Earth. If the rainforest disappeared, many of these species would become extinct forever. And here's the scary part. Some of those plants may contain medicines we've never discovered. The next breakthrough treatment for cancer, a new antibiotic, or a cure for diseases we haven't even encountered yet. We could lose those possibilities before we even know they existed. Then there are the people. More than 400 indigenous tribes live in the Amazon. Some remain almost completely isolated from modern civilization. For them, the rainforest isn't just where they live. It is their supermarket, their pharmacy, their school, their history, their entire identity. Without the forest, their way of life could disappear forever. Now you might think, this is just a hypothetical scenario. But here's the uncomfortable reality. The Amazon is already disappearing. Every year, vast areas are cleared for cattle ranching, soybean farming, illegal logging, mining, and infrastructure projects. Scientists warn that if deforestation crosses a critical tipping point, the rainforest may no longer be able to sustain itself. Instead of remaining a rainforest, large parts of it could gradually transform into dry savanna. And once that process begins, it may be impossible to reverse. This wouldn't just be an environmental disaster, it would be an economic disaster, a humanitarian disaster, and ultimately, a global disaster. Because the Amazon doesn't belong only to Brazil. It helps regulate weather, rainfall, and climate across the entire planet. So the real question isn't, what if the Amazon disappeared? The real question is, what happens if we allow it to? Because by the time the world realizes what it has lost, it may already be too late. So that was the video, my buddies! See you tomorrow!